Hey, we are back. Back with a vengeance. There he is, the number one man. Man of the hour. How are you, Clips? Going all right, mate? Hope your weekend's been good. Just taking a nice deep breath. Yes. New PFP. Tell me zero kill to unreal. PFP. What's PFP? I'm an old man. No, welcome aboard, mate. You can give me the breakdown of that, those initials if you, those letters if you like. But I've had a pretty good weekend. Oh yeah, thank you. Yes, profile picture. I've learned something today. Thank you, my friend. I have changed it. I put my close up of my uncle on there, mate. So there you go. Can't just stick with the old egg-shaped UFO forever, because that's what I had up there before. I thought the unk was a bit of a symbol that I love, so I thought I'd bang that up there, and we'll give that a run for a while. Why not, eh? Change is like a holiday, right? Oh, shit. All right, I hope you guys have been going well. I hope your weekends have been good, or previous weeks have been good. So yes, my weekend has been good. I have not been on live since Thursday, so it's been a couple of days. But I don't mind that. For me, that's all right. And now that I'm making Sunday night for me here, Melbourne, Eastern Australian Standard Time, at least you guys, I can commit to that one night and that time slot, you know, around 7:30, and at least you guys can know when I'm going to come on. So it gives you a little bit more of, because, you know, what I was thinking to myself is that it's pretty hard for other people to, if they do like the way I talk and they'd like a bit of a regular time slot where they can catch up, sit down, listen to the way I go about it. Yeah, I know. What is it, Clips? Are we good? Who said that? I don't know. That's all right. We've got a few people jumping on. So old Craig will start yakking away if you like. Right, Sainam, how are you going? I'm out. So look, for those who have not heard me chat on my lives, well, I've been doing the lives pretty regularly for about going into my 4th month now. I am what you would say is, I'm a metaphysical thinking type of guy. So I believe in what people put out is what they get back. I believe that, maybe soon, Clips, but we'll keep you in mind, my friend. What you put out there is what you get back. So I'm a big believer in that people actually have more control over their lives than they realise. And it's important to go forward in life, in my opinion, with a positive mindset. All right, so it's really about having a positive mindset, having a glass half full attitude. Because if you do create what's going on in your life, even if it's unconsciously and you're not aware that what you're putting out is what's being created, you want to try to be as positive as you can for many, many reasons, that being one of them. You know, if you are creating your own world that you live in and you are able to transform it, wouldn't you like to transform it for the better? How are you, runner? Good that you've jumped back on. I hope everything's been good the last few days. I hope life's been travelling along okay. I'm going quite well. Yeah, we've been living life and taking names. Of course I do, runner. I remember the names that come up. Look, it is... tonight I was going to talk about a few different things, because my general conversation is usually about how we can empower ourselves to transform our lives. Like, I'm passing on knowledge that I've been able to build over my adult life and mentors that I've had and experiences that I've had. But there's a lot of other things that go into creating your own reality. Believing and discovering what's real and what isn't, and what you can control and what makes you tick and who human beings are. There's so many different levels to that. You know, it's not like black and white, right? It's pretty detailed. So I wanted to talk about, and I suppose before I jump into it, the main thing that I think about it, that for a person to believe in the way that I believe about my life now, you have to have experiences that move you. You have to have things that reflect and answer back to yourself that transform how you see the world. Otherwise, you're probably going to stay pretty similar to where you are now. I've been able to go forward through my life, try certain things, have certain results. Wow, that actually made a difference. And then I've been able to strengthen my belief system around what's possible, right? And what we do as human beings unconsciously without even realizing it. And then it becomes more of a conscious awareness that you can start to really direct your life in the way that you want it. But there's a lot of little things that you can realize that help to build an understanding that we're not just puppets in someone else's play here. We're actually the individuals that are empowered to make the decisions in our life and go the direction that we want to go. One of the things I wanted to talk about tonight is what are we made up of, right? Behind the physical, behind the, skin and bone and blood that we all have running around our physical bodies, what's behind that? People call it the soul, people call it your energy. I probably more would say that, hey, Amarilla, how you going? And Clear Vision, how you going? I would say that most people would, I see it as an energy that we are vibrational sparks of love and light. I think that we exist, we vibrate resonance, and our individual unique selves actually have infinite levels of vibration that we can access. How do I know that we're made up of vibration? How do I know that we're vibrating? Well, basically, I got to experience myself separate from the physical body a few times when I was younger. And that experience, the out-of-body experience, or OBE as they call it, that experience helped to wake me up to the realization that we're more than just a physical sack of meat. This is the form that we're existing in. Thank you, Sanam. Hey, appreciate you, mate. This is one of the early catalysts that really helped my own understanding of how I saw myself. See, when you experience something like being separate from your physical body and looking back on your physical body and looking at your energy body going, whoa, what the what, you start to have a different mindset to what life is, because I know within myself that we go on. There doesn't matter who comes into my life. That's not changing. I believe that with my heart, soul, every ounce of my being. That experience happened. I was conscious. I was not on any drugs. It was through a meditation process, and I experienced separating from my physical body. I came out of my body, was able to look at my energy body, and I felt 1,000 times plus more energy running through myself than I'd ever felt in my life before. Now, that was an experience that helped me to want to know more, right? To go forward in my life and want to open myself up to understanding what it was all about. Because I didn't want to be thinking, not knowing anything for myself and just believing other people blindly. I want, things for me, I want to be able to prove that they're real. I want to be able to prove that those things exist. You know, a lot of people preach lots of ideas, religion being one of them, and you know, there's no real proof with a lot of the things they say. It's just believe us blindly because everyone else is believing it, or the congregation believes it, so you need to jump on board and agree with what everyone else is believing. And that's an understanding or a way of thinking that doesn't sit with me. I am an individual. I believe that the understandings for me are within me and no one else, right? If someone wants to follow a religious understanding, that's okay. That's their choice, freedom to do it. As long as you're not hurting anyone else, I don't have a problem with that, right? Go forward and live in that space. But for me, there's more to it. Life's bigger than that, right? There's the reality of what life is so much bigger than what a lot of these groups talk about. I wanted to get to the conversation tonight about vibration. There's a lot of things that I've connected through life, through jobs, through things that I've done through my life, which actually, through different aspects, relate back to where vibration, okay? And some of the things that, you know, move us in life. I mean, let's think really basically about it. You know, if you walk into a certain room and it's painted a certain color, does that color not make you feel a certain way? If you were to walk into a green room, that would make you feel a certain feeling. And I've felt that. And when you walk into a really bright red room, you feel different. It's color actually holds vibration, right? Color is vibration. Human beings behind the physical are made up of infinite vibrations. So when you have an overwhelming color around you, I believe that really activates that particular color within your own vibration. It makes you feel a certain way. It makes you bring up things that, you know, maybe you're not even ready for, because that feeling is connected to experiences. It's connected to knowledge. It's connected to who you are. Vibration is the key to having the keys to unlock every aspect of yourself. You know, color is vibration. So when you feel something, because if color didn't mean anything, or if we didn't have a level of vibration running around, if we weren't made up with vibration, how could another color, which is holding a level of vibration, we're seeing a certain color, actually affect us emotionally? Because it can, and it does. These are questions that you go forward, and I ask the deeper question to myself about how those particular things relate to me, right? How can it? It's connecting the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle together, right? Hey Jade, how you going? Welcome. It's taking the feeling that comes up and then maybe recognize or appreciating the feeling that comes up when you walk into a room that's painted bright green. It might bring up a memory of something, but then that's helping you. It's helping lift your vibration is lifting to that vibration of green that you become enveloped in. And when you are enveloped in a vibration, and let's say your green vibration has something about it there's some blockage there, some negative hold that you're holding on to, something that you want to deal with, and you walk into a room that's painted green, your vibration will lift up to that, because the actual color that the room is painted in is basically not emotional, right? It will stay there. And when you have you've got a blockage in that particular area, it will be forced to come up. Vibrations connect together, right? It's like people that are into the same thing. They're attracted to each other. You become friends with people because, no worries, I float. Is that a reference to Stephen King's It or what? When your vibrations connect, when they're the same, is when you allow yourself to really open that up and allow the understanding to come forward about what's going on in that area of your life, because color and vibration connect and hold on to memories of things that have gone on in your own life, and everyone's is different, right? So getting a connection with who you really are is starting to understand that you are made up of vibration. It's part of the existence of who we are. We are vibrational beings behind the physical body. Now, I know this because I've proven these things to myself, and you know, individuals, you guys out there, can actually have those discussions or experiences to awaken your own understanding that, you know, these are things that you want to look more deeply into. You know, we as beings respond and learn through different levels of vibration. To open the doors and basically connect with who we really are is about clearing those blockages that are held within individual spots of vibration behind the physical with us. Now, each individual is unique. Each individual has its own issues. You all have your own issues, and they are held in different parts of your vibrational being, depending on what it is that's happened. You know, where it is, what it relates to, so on and so forth. So if you find yourself, I don't know, wanting to wear certain colours, if you're attracted to certain colours, if that colour is something that when you go shopping for clothes, you find yourself attracted to a certain colour, your higher self is saying, hey, we've got something we want to actually let go of here. We've got something that we want to acknowledge that has happened and release this. You know, when you have a blockage, it is always a blockage of energy that that basically the blockage of energy, you haven't been able to deal with that particular thing at that particular point in time, right? When that comes to the surface is when you get another opportunity to look at it from a different perspective, right? Because change happens every moment of every day. So let's say you had something happen when you were a kid and you couldn't deal with it because it was an adult that was doing something to you, was dumping their rubbish on you in some way, and you just bottled it because of fear and you couldn't deal with it at the time. But as an adult, when the same memory comes back, you can look at it from an adult perspective, and as an adult, you might not ever let that type of thing happen to you. So the fear is not the same, but the acceptance can be had. As an adult version of yourself, you can accept that that's happened and let it go, so it no longer keeps manifesting issues in your life. Energy wants to flow, right? Energy wants to move. It doesn't want to stay stagnant, right? When we have things that we can't deal with, hey, ME50, how you going? When we have things that we can't deal with, the energy stops flowing, okay? Low vibrational issues that we hold on to, they become energy blocks, they stop the flow. People will often say, you know, nothing new happens in my life, always bad things are happening to me, the same thing over and over again. I think we need to accept and understand ourselves so we can know when there's things that are blocked, so that we can accept those things. So when those memories come back as an adult, you can accept those things and let them go. Because the only person that gets hurt when you're holding on to a blockage is you. You know, when you're a child or an adolescent and things happen to us in our life, and they can seem very traumatic experiences sometimes, and we're not able to deal with them, that's fine, because that's the experience that you wanted to experience. But as you move forward into adulthood, you get the opportunity to clear those blocks, to accept that those things have happened. Hey, Linda, how you going? Accept those things that have happened and, you know, clear that area of energy. Now, holding those blockages might have served the purpose to protect yourself when you were younger, but as an adult, that might be stopping a lot of positive things coming through that area of vibration within yourself. And we need to be able to accept everything that's been created in our lives as individuals so that we can have our energy flowing freely, so we can allow the new positive things as we go forward with a more positive attitude as an adult and we take control of our lives, we allow more positive things to come in. But if we are blocking the positive things with stuff we haven't been able to deal with, negative blockages that we haven't been able to accept, experiences that we just haven't been able to accept, and we haven't let them move on, then we stop the better stuff coming in. So the first thing we all need to actually do when we're looking at ourselves is, if there is some type of a blockage, if there is a memory of anything that pops up, accept it. It's happened to you. You can't change it. Everything from the past is the past now. When it was happening to you, it was the now. And you had an opportunity, but it's near impossible as a child when negative things are happening, or, you know, adults are saying and doing things to us when we're in the child state. It's near impossible to accept those things at the time. You would be one master spiritual individual to be able to accept some of those things and move on from child onwards. Most of us need to be able to look at these experiences from then adult, right? Taku, how you going, buddy? We have to be able to look at them from the adult perspective of ourselves to accept. Excellent, mate. Thank you. You know, we have to accept these things, but from the adult perspective is the only way that most of us will be able to move. Ah, thank you, my friend. Always welcome to have a new family member join the team. Good on you. Cheers to you, Taku. Pleasure. You know, we want to, see these things for what they are, right? Pappy. Yeah, of course you can call me Pappy. We need to see these things again as adults, these things that have happened to us, the things that we hold on to that were bad experiences, right? We need to let these things go. You know, I say a lot of the time that, you know, if you can accept yourself in the now, warts and all, the good, bad, the ugly, and you can accept who you are, and you can say, I'm fantastic, I'm a good, loving person, I treat people well, all the things that have happened to me, I can accept those, I move on, and that's how you bring all your energy back into the now. And I believe it's possible to accept yourself wholly and not have to go through every single instance that's happened to you in your life. But some instances are quite traumatic. Some instances really get deep into our soul when they happen to us, and they take a little bit more energy to accept them. Thanks, Doug. Mate, I'll be here for a while. Sunday nights are my new regular time slot, right? 7:30 onwards now, every Sunday. I hope everyone always joins me regularly on a Sunday. Thanks, buddy. But yeah, some things that happen, they're deep things, right? They're deep. No worries, buddy. They're deep things that hurt really heavily at the time, and we bottle them down deep to push the pain away. And I fully understand that. I've been through my own stuff when I was young, just like everyone has. I think anyone that wants to actually speak about life and understand more of the meaning of life has most likely been through some type of trauma at some point, because the trauma things that we go through are what direct us towards, I think, connecting with who we really are, wanting to know more about life. The people that live very, you know, not too much negative going on, it can be a very flatline type existence. It doesn't actually springboard them into wanting to know more, which is okay, right? Because we all are on our own path, and we all are doing our own thing with our own journey in our own lifetimes. And we all have to accept that. I mean, as long as people are treating people the way they'd like to be treated, of treating people in the best way they can, and then they're doing the best they can for themselves as they go forward, that's fine by me, right? Live the life that you want to live. You don't have to change the world. You don't have to do anything like that. You can go out there and just, you know, exist and travel and spend time with loved ones and, you know, enjoy life to the fullest. Hey, Piper, how you going? And I think that, that's something that, thank you, Piper. I think that's something that people need to kind of accept, right? That everyone's allowed to live the life they want to live. Why do people try to make other people be a certain way to be accepted? All the things online, all the things that say you've got to wear this makeup, or you got to act like this, or you got to look like this, you got to be like this, and then everyone will like you. That's a crock of shit. Coming from Craig, crock of shit, right? That's an Aussie term for those who aren't Aussies on the live at the moment. We need to accept everyone for their authentic, unique selves. Your authentic, unique self is the most beautiful thing that you can enhance through your life. You need to embrace you. You want to transform your life for the better. You want to get to a point where you're consciously creating your reality, where you empower yourself to a point and you understand that your thoughts and your words and your actions create what goes on in your life. You need to empower yourself. You need to actually start looking at life in a different way, investigating things. Yeah, I am 56 and I'm from Melbourne, Australia. But it's the individual's choice to go after life, to want to know more about it. I've spent since very young, I've always had an aspect in my mind, something inside me that said certain things aren't right. Certain things don't sit with me, right? So when I hear people spooking certain beliefs or religions or whatever, and it just, something inside me said, this doesn't seem right, it doesn't feel right. No, I don't want to go down that path. I don't want to agree with what everyone else is doing. It's just not right. That's always been inside me. And then, discovering people that looked at life from a metaphysical point of view was something that I came across when I was in my early 20s. So basically, then I started learning how to meditate. Then I started educating myself in that space and understanding that life was bigger and broader and more amazing than anyone in the general populace has been told, because we are all programmed with what the people that raise us think is the correct way of doing it, or their belief systems. And let's face it, most people in their homes, when they raise kids, don't really have a strong sense of, what life's about. It's just usually, hey, Darth, how you going, mate? It's usually just they do the best they can. And so we're kind of floundering. We don't really get that solid grounding of, hey, you do have a say in your life. If you're a young kid and your parents raised you in the sense of, hey, if you go after the things that you are excited about, life will transform in a real positive way for you, you do it. Most kids don't have any real direction. They're flailing, right? They want someone to say, what the hell should I do? What should I go after? I have these thoughts, I have these feelings, but I don't know which way to go, right? It's just really about connecting with who we are, connecting with self, right? Everyone in life in general, or in the past, has always said that the answers to your life are out there. Go search for them. Go find an organisation or a group that, makes you feel good about yourself. But I say to everyone the complete opposite, that you can look through your life out there and you will find groups and organisations that, they do things that you like, they'll do things that you don't like and all that. But the true answer for you is inside yourself. The answers to every single being on this planet, you all hold the answers to life within yourself. Meditation is a great tool to access that knowledge. You come into this world by yourself. You're going to live your life with friends and family, but you're the main centre because it's your life. And you're going to leave by yourself. So who should be the most important person in your life? Without being selfish about it, look at yourself through eyes of self-love and self-esteem and self-confidence and self-worth. You are worth something. You are perfect as you are. You do not have to change yourself to be magnificent, to be whole. You are already whole. You are not a sinner. You are perfect. You are awesome. We go through life and the journey of life to have experiences, to go through ups, downs. It's the journey. It's the journey. It's the existence. It's the fun. It's the sadness. It's all of the things meshed together that make life what it is. We need to stop fighting against what life really is. Life is about accepting the journey, right? Jeffrey from Epstein. Well, is that a new title you got going on there? Very nice. We need to accept. Oh, that's nice. But you know, when we basically talk about who we should be, when we look at who we are and what's the reason for us going forward in our life, and rushing mid. Well, I'm just going to stop talking now, not Colin, but I didn't go to the gym recently, so surprise, surprise. Yeah, nice one though. When you want to change something about yourself, when you want to, you know, make some part of your life better, every other, you know, understanding in life says you better pray. You better hope that an imaginary being makes things happen for you. Good luck with that. You know, that's what I say. The person that can transform your life for you is you. You are a part of the all that is. The existence of life, the vibration of life. Every single person is living a life in the dark. You know, we come into this world closed off from what reality truly is. And the hilarious thing is that eventually every single person will wake up to this understanding, and it's there. If you know, people, you want to strengthen your muscles on your body, go to the gym, you'll get bigger, you'll get stronger, you'll get fitter, go for a run, all that stuff. Some of us choose to meditate a lot more and strengthen our mind muscle. I think a balance of everything is good. You know, but with anything, you know, so many of us do actually understand where I'm coming from with how I look at life, because so many of us actually at a deep level do get it, but maybe don't practice the understanding and strengthen those parts of themselves to awaken themselves fully. It is your actions in your life that change things. Working out, get bigger muscles. Meditate more, open yourself up more to understandings that are within your mind, which are within your body. Your existence is more than what you realize. Life is important, everyone. Otherwise, why would you be here? Must have some level of importance. I mean, if you think that you just appeared in this world and, you know, life doesn't mean too much and at some point I'll move on and who cares? I got news for you. When you step out of your physical body after this life, you might regret that you didn't take it a little bit more serious. It's your life. Investigate it. Don't just believe what, you know, people tell you, what groups of people tell you. Check things out for yourself. Be skeptical. I'm big on that. You can't work out what's right from wrong unless you are skeptical when you listen to different things being said. You need to take what you like and throw out what you don't like. That statement has been around for hundreds of years. It is about being skeptical. Take what sits with you, throw away, what doesn't. Now, that doesn't mean that the things that you're throwing away aren't true. That means that the things that you're throwing away aren't right for you now. You can't do everything at the same time. You are on your own journey in life. There'll be certain answers that will help you to evolve your journey. Hey, Ellie, how you going? And in the field, yes. There are certain answers that will help you evolve and step forward in your own lives. You don't need to have 50 things, accept 50 things at one time. It'll confuse. Sorry, I'm 56, Ellie. Thank you for asking. That's a couple of times tonight. People are very, very interested in how old I am, but yes, age, Ellie, I've got it. 56. I hope you got it. That's 5'6". 5'6", yes. I'm going all right. 56, so yeah, going all right. Can't complain. I can complain, but no one's listening, except for you. We need to just want to look for the answers that we need, right? I often say to everyone, when you meditate, when you quiet your mind, when you sit with yourself, ask yourself, not sound silly, but ask yourself, what is the answer to what you need? See, because I don't know what you need. You don't really know what I need. But we all need to have certain things answered so we can go down that path that we want to go down more and more and more. Right? We need to allow the things that are required now for us to be the things that we filter everything else out and allow them to come forward. So accepting what sits with you now, and the rest of it, let's say I say 500 things, which we all know. I can say 500 things pretty quickly. Procrastinating. Divine, nice to see you. I will answer that question shortly. You just don't want to confuse the... So we don't want to confuse the waters, right? You just want the individual things that you need now. That's what we're trying to get for everyone, right? So Shane, I am from Melbourne, Australia, my friend, been here my whole life. So hello to you, sir. And Divine, question, how can I stop procrastinating? So I was saying that a little bit earlier in a certain way, right? So energy, individuals or human beings, behind that, our spirit is vibration, it is energy. And when your energy gets blocked, it stops new energy coming in. So that would mean, because if the energy is behind the physical, then when you stop the energy from flowing, you stop new things coming into your life. All right, because the energy is connected to the physical. So when you're procrastinating, I would highly suggest that the same energy is in a loop, right? You're in a bit of a time loop where you are stuck on something. You need to accept whatever it is. So think about it this way. So all the things in the past, yesterday and further back, happened, and they were the now when you were there. But they are no longer the now. You are here. You are talking to Craig. This is the only now that exists. Nothing else exists right at this point in time, right? We're like your little brother. No, but we're not big on soccer. No. There's a lot of people into soccer. I'm not going to be hard on soccer, but yeah. So accepting all the things, divine, that have happened to you previously. Maybe there's something that does sit in your mind that you haven't been able to accept in your life. Where you are right now, if you want things to start to move, if you want new ideas and things to start to come into your life, new people, new experiences, you need to accept and make room from the things in the past. So right now you need to accept yourself, warts and all, good, bad, ugly, doesn't matter. I'm me. I've done the best I can. Those experiences, they happened. I accept them. Let's bring my energy back into now. I want new things to come in, and you start the flow happening again because you've been able to accept and let any of those blockages go in general, that's what needs to happen. And I said earlier, sometimes there can be negative things that happen to people that are very hard to accept. It's the acceptance of the experience that lets it move forward and go. But you are only in the now, and you need to clear and you need to let that energy flow back to where it's from. They are things that happened to you in the past. They're not happening to you now. If you hang on to a negative energy, hang on to a memory of something that has happened to you that wasn't positive, you're in danger of recreating that again in the now. So I hope you understand that, Divine. We need to accept, let them go, bring your energy back into the now, and then you'll allow the new energy and the new experiences to come by being a glass half full person, very positive, because we only want to create positive into the future. User T, yes. Lola, how you going? I appreciate Shane for liking Australians. Does that mean you're American, does it, Shane? Because you said kind of like Americans. I suppose there's cowboys out in the desert area. You know, there's in the west there is. We like beer, but we're not big on soccer. No, we're not big on soccer. There's a lot of European people in Australia that are from the European continents, and look, I'm a mutt. I'm a mix of everything. Just spent my whole life in Australia. But, you know, there's a lot of people that do love soccer in Australia, but Aussie rules is the big one, the footy. Our form of footy, which is pretty crash and bash and crash, pretty aggressive. So it's fun to watch, fun to play as a kid. I played a little bit of it as a kid. So for everyone that is here, thank you, user. Look, very much just banging it out there, right? Like, let's just be honest about it. It's not about the glitz and glam for Craig. It's about the content. It's about sitting here and having an honest conversation with someone that I've had a lot of experience in my life, a lot of things that have happened that have been, you know, really, sorry, Lola. I always look at the username and I get, my apologies, nothing personal. We get caught up in the look of things, right? I'm most comfortable in a black t-shirt and, you know, being chilled out and sitting in front of a curtain in the lounge room, right? Because it's not, for me, it's not about the look around me. It's about the content that I'm talking about. And I do this for me, and I've said this before. I put out my thoughts, and please always take what you like, throw out what you don't like. There'll be things that sit with you. There'll be things that don't. That's okay. It's like reading a book, right? You read a book, and you basically absorb certain bits of it, and then then you finish the book and you remember certain things, and that helps you with something. And then 5 years later, you read the book again, and you suddenly remember different things, or different things stand out. It's because you've changed. It's because you've changed, and you need different things from that book. That's why you're reading it again, to help you with where you are now. Every moment of every day, we change. Embrace change. Change is your existence. You want change. Change allows you to shift and move and experience life in a way that nothing else can ever be like it. We are amazing beings. We've manifested this world to create a simulation, basically, that allows us to create change and have experiences in these physical bodies where we get to learn and, you know, observe ourselves and learn more about ourselves. I mean, life is the journey. The journey is existence, and this is what we are trying to do. Thank you, sweetie PT. Appreciate you. I'm sure being Korean, it would be tough. I will try and speak as clearly as I can, but sometimes the Aussie slang does kick in. So I hope that you get the gist of things. All right. When I put on videos about certain topics, sometimes I remember to put captions on there, and sometimes I don't. But I think if you go into videos, you can click captions on it. If seeing the words come up helps as well, because that does help people when I post certain videos out there. But look, in my lives, I go for it. I just roll with it. I talk about what's on my mind at the time. So you do your best you can, right? There's no script here. You're just seeing the genuine Craig talk about things that interest him and that are real. You know, there's a lot of rubbish out there online, I think, and I don't know, I just think people are looking for authenticity. I think this year is going to be a big swing, and already has, to people. I've heard, or maybe I'm just seeing that reflection myself, which is possible. But, you know, being authentic, being your true self. Thank you, Sweetie PT. I appreciate you. You know, it's that acceptance of who you are. It's about being genuine. It's about being honest. Remember, there's only one person in this lifetime that you can't lie to, isn't there? It's yourself. You can't lie to yourself. You can try, but you know. Everyone else, you can lie to everybody else that comes into your life, and they don't know. They might think they know. They might get a vibe about something you say, but in general, the only person that you can't lie to is you. So I believe at the end of our lives, when we cross back over to where we're from, and I don't get really involved in talking about what that is and so on, but when we go there, I think the only person that's going to be analysing your lifetime is you. There's no individual that's going to say, you didn't do very well there. You will analyse how you went. And I think if you live an authentic life, I think if you're genuinely trying to be your best and do your best and create good things for yourself, every Sunday night, 7:30, this time, Sweetie PT, I am on. That's a permanent slot now. So that's once a week. I know I do jump on randomly during the week, 2, maybe 3 times, but last week was only a couple of times. So sometimes on, say, a Tuesday and a Thursday, but Sunday night is the one that rock solid. I'll be there. So, yeah, hopefully we'll see you again. Thank you for hanging out. All right, Lixie, Felix fan. Hey, how you going? All the way from Norway. Oh, that's fantastic. I've got ancestry that goes back through Denmark, the Danish. I don't know how you feel about Danish. I just mentioned that, but yeah, there's a lot of mix. There's a lot of European in my heritage. So I believe Danish is one of them. But yeah, there was a bit of Viking blood hanging out in my family. So there you go. I hope that everything is going well in Norway. So yeah, look, when it comes to what I talk about, basically it's about being a glass half full individual. I am, and I'll repeat this for the ones that have just jumped on, but I am someone that thinks in a very metaphysical way. I've had a lot of experiences in my life, as we all have, where it's really awakened me to how I see life now, that I'm a big believer that what we put out is what comes back. Yes, I have. Yep, I've heard of K-pop. Very popular group. And yeah, my attitude is about just being glass half full. You want to transform your life for the better? Start with you. Analyze who you are. Be your authentic self. Start to take control of the things that you think, the things that you say, and the things that you do. Your beliefs will get in the way at times. There will be programmed beliefs that might pop up a negative thought in your mind. You get a choice whether you want to change that belief, okay? And accepting that you don't like a belief is how you move that one on and then replace it with something else. I have not been to Norway, no. The European continent, I have not stepped foot on that in my life at this stage, but I hope to in the future. But yes, it is attitude and being authentic and taking control of yourself, right? The one person in life, I'm from Melbourne, Australia, the one person in life that can and has the right to, you know, say the things and take control of things in your life is you. I believe that wholeheartedly. You know, it starts with your thoughts, right? How do you think? How do you think about life? Are you happy with life? Are you putting out positive thoughts to the world? Are you secretly in your mind saying, I hate that particular individual? Because if you are thinking negatively like that, you must understand that that thought gets heard by your subconscious, and your subconscious creates your world from your thoughts, your words, and your actions. So it's very important to try and get your mindset to be very positive, right? To be putting positive out into the world. The second thing is your, thank you, I can't say your name, is Oxel, yeah, appreciate you. And as I appreciate everyone, you know, peace and love always. The things that we... Oh, that's nice, random. Your basic words are the second thing that comes into... Oh, you're no worries, Dem. Nice to see you, mate. I'm glad you're hanging in there, mate. And one day at a time, eh? One day at a time, mate. That's all you can do. And Lyle, how you going? Good to see you. Appreciate you very much. You know, I love all the guys and girls that come back on, show their love and appreciate what I'm talking about, because you're the ones that I'm doing it for. You are the ones that I'm doing it for. I'm doing it for me, yes, I've said that before, but I'm also doing it for you. You know, what we put out is what we get back. And, you know, each of us has to come to that realization. How much you hate, is that what you said? Well, it's an individual's decision. There are beliefs that all of us carry in life, and those beliefs often generate how we think and how we speak. And if you are happy with what you believe and it generates a certain reaction from you and you're happy with that, then you're not going to change that, right? It's a decision that an individual makes, whether they let go of hate, whether they let go of anger, whether they let go of fear. I mean, you know, people often, they'll act out because they feel that from past beliefs that, you know, I've got to keep on being, you know, tit for tat, right? But it's never going to end if everyone stays angry with everyone else from both sides. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Someone has to pull the reins back, right? And you have to trust that, you know, good will prevail. I'm a believer that individuals can change their own world, and the collective of this world is something that will only shift if the more individuals start to center themselves and start to believe in who they are and want to be better. You can't change anyone else out there but yourself, and yeah, it's no good. It's sad, you know. Life is about what you make it, right? Life is about what you make it. So make it as good as you can. You know, if people are, it's like kids, right? Look at all the things that kids do, where you get fights in the playground and you get a bully. Often the bully is only acting out against other kids because they're being bullied by their parents. So there's deeper layers of stuff that are creating this hatred out there that gets passed on. And a lot of that old stuff is this old generational hatred for groups and so on and so forth. But if people don't stop revenge, if someone doesn't pull back, when's it ever going to stop, right? It's life's not meant to be like that. You know, it's just not meant to be like that. No, again, that's just Craig's opinion. Please take what you like, throw what you don't like. Every single person, yeah, that's right. Every single person is going to have a different opinion about, hey Rumbles, every single person's going to have a different opinion about everything. And if we're not treating, that's why I have this statement, this is a statement that just comes from myself, but if you're not treating people the way that you want to be treated in life, then have a look at yourself. Because, look, I don't believe any person deserves to be hurt, let alone attacked with rockets and war. Terrific. It's the ultimate acting out. You know, someone's got a bigger weapon than someone else. It's, you know, if people lived from the heart truly, and they lived with love and peace in their heart, and everyone was, and I think 99% of the population wants that, right? It's just a few power people at the higher level that are really being the puppet masters of the masses on the planet. And look, it's just sad. To me, it's just sad, and I hope that it finishes and stops soon. It's it's not a good thing. So, you know, taking control of your own life. That's what I'm talking about with everyone, right? You can take ownership of your life. You can start to change and transform your world from your personal level, right? You create your reality. You create the reflection in your world. If everything is feeling good inside, if you believe positive, if you love yourself genuinely, you want to be the best version of yourself you can be, then that can be your outside world. That can be your reflection. All right? Life is not meant to be hell. Life can be wonderful, right? You need to believe that as an individual. You need to take that understanding on and say, if I do create my own reality, what do I want it to look like? And that's how you have to be and speak. And the second thing I was talking about from your thoughts is your words. You have to speak them into existence. What do you want? I want love, and I want abundance, and I want joy, and I want positive experiences in my life. Well, say those things. Silly mistakes are silly mistakes. They're only silly mistakes, right? The core of you is the key. The core. When you look in a mirror, and they call this mirror work, it's a very old technique in from the spiritual side of the fence. When you look in the mirror, you can't run away from who you are. When you look your eyes directly into each other. So you know, often when you look in the mirror, I don't know if you ever noticed this, but often both your eyes will look at one eye. Try looking eye to eye into your soul. Takes a little bit, right? Do that and ask yourself honest questions. How do I feel about myself? Because sometimes you'll be very surprised at the answer that comes out of your mouth straight away. First thought, first feeling is usually the truth. It's usually the belief that will come straight up. You need to know that you are amazing, right? Straight down the barrel. All of you are perfect as you are. Your uniqueness is your perfection. Your being came into this world perfect. It has been programmed by people that had no idea what they were doing, that raised you, teachers, bloody priests, neighbours, family. They all pumped their crap on you, and they confused the crap out of what reality and what the world's all about. You're perfect. Clear away all the rubbish. Beliefs are only real if you believe in them. Yeah? Don't believe in something if you don't want to believe in it. If you don't want it to be real in your life, don't believe in it. Don't have that belief. Let it go. Put a belief there that is more you. You create your own reality. Did you get it? It's like believe in your beliefs. And the beliefs that come up that you go, I don't want to think that way. Let it go. Replace it. You are the master of your own reality. You choose the beliefs that you carry. Stop believing in stuff that's not you. It's limiting what you're allowing yourself to create in your world. Think as broad and open and with as much love as you can. Life is magical. Life is amazing. Life can be awesome. Let's not even say can. Life is awesome. be and believe the things that you want to be and believe. The beliefs will allow you to be those things. If you don't believe in yourself, then you don't believe in yourself. And that's not a good place to be. Think about and ask yourself, who are you? When you look in that mirror, who am I? What do I believe? Am I doing the best I can? Only you can make that judgment, and that's okay, right? ME50's on the journey, aren't you, mate? You're not, no one is perfect. Everyone is on their own path. Everyone can choose to change at any point in time. I love that, spooky ghost girl. I love that. I want to know where that is. I'll come hang out. We all need to embrace ourselves. Who do we want to be? Be the best version of yourself you can be. And if you're not being something that you really want, start to believe in it. Start to ask yourself, what are the things that are stopping me from being that version of Craig or being this version of ME50? What are the things that are stopping you from becoming the version of yourself that you want to be? It is in your beliefs. Your beliefs either hinder you and block you or they advance you. But your beliefs are the walls that we put up around our creative, perfect, manifesting selves. We restrict ourselves through the beliefs that we've been programmed onto us because we didn't know any different when we came into this world with our memories of who we really were closed off. Because that is the journey of living a life as a human. We deliberately put ourselves into this world without the memory of who we are. The awakening in life, which we are all going through now, is a magical experience that we are going to get to a point where we are connected with who we are again, and then your world will be your oysters, right? Your world will be your oysters. Look, believe in yourselves, right? Don't beat yourself up for where you are. Pat yourself on the back for where you are. You got yourself here. You created it. It was all you. Well done. And now we're all hanging out and Craig's yakking on his YouTube page and we're all having a laugh, right? But you got yourself where you are right now. You've done a great job with everything that you knew to this point. You've done the best you could do. Thank yourself. Believe in yourself. Self-worth is the key to opening your heart up. You're a perfect being of light and love. You exist forever. You're immortal. You've already got the keys to the golden city. Hey, Rare Days, how you going, mate? It's finding you inside you. That's the answer. The answer is taking the time and quietening your mind and allowing you to come forward again. Because the real you has been blocked by all the limiting beliefs of this world as you were raised through into adulthood. And you just think it's all real because that's what you've been programmed with. But the reality is very, very different. And the only way you're going to allow yourself to see that reality is to understand the beliefs that have been put upon yourself and decide whether you want to move them on or whatever. Hey man, I've got a question for you. Go for it, underdog, whatever you got, mate. That's this being the snake eating the snake. And that's the unfortunate thing, right? The roller coaster ride continues. You want to get off the Ferris wheel, stop, tell the guy to stop and get off, right? You know, the quickness, the quickening that this world is running with is so fast that you can't see yourself through the trees, right? Once you step off that, and meditation is a good way to do it, and I know many of us don't meditate, but meditation can be as simple as breathing in your nose, out your mouth, and just doing that a few times over and over again. Let the stress flush away from you, right? Center yourself, quiet your mind. 5 minutes a day, 5-10 minutes if you can. Quiet your mind. You don't have to think anything. You don't have to do anything. but you need to step out of that crazy energy that the world has got us trapped in at the moment, where the snake is eating the snake. All right? We need to get off that rat race just for a bit every day. And the more you realise that you get true connection back from quietening your mind, the more you'll do it. It's not about telling other people, it's about working on yourself. You want to help anyone else around you, get yourself right and be that particular individual. What is the intro? Oh, that's a bloody good question. I did do maths A and B at high school, so I know the X cos tan, blah, 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 but I ain't answering that question, underdog. But I do recognise those signs. They were on my calculator. Oh, no, you're all good, mate. You're all good. But we're caught up in this thing that I like to term the quickening. And that's life just racing so fast that our heads are spinning. We can't connect with who we are. We feel disconnected with life because we're caught up into this pace that isn't natural. It's not a natural pace that the world is moving at. The Western world, should I say. We need to step off that wheel for a period of time just to center yourself again, just to get connection with yourself again, right? Like they talk about so many different techniques out there to re-center yourself with life, like grounding. There's a lot of people that are into, grounding. Sounds crazy, right? But geopolitics, no, we're not, mate. When you walk on the earth itself, when you walk at the beach with no shoes on, you feel the energy of the planet and it actually grounds you, right? It actually helps to center you again, make you feel not disconnected from life. Grounding, it's good. Check it out. There's a lot of people talking about that. Why do I wear glasses? So I can see what you just wrote, man. And I don't like the audio context. So there you go. It's what it is, mate. It's what it is. So there you go. We've gone through a lot of bits and pieces tonight, but the core and the last thing I'll say, so when it comes to, if you want to try taking and learning that you do actually create your own reality, you want to take control of what you think, you want to take control of what you say, but then your actions are the final step. So those three things, those three things are probably the most powerful things that go into creating what happens in your life, right? Your subconscious mind actually takes notice of those three things. It listens to your thoughts, it watches your word, listens to your words, and then it watches your actions. And then it will recreate more of the things that you're doing in those three spaces. That is the communication language between your conscious mind and your actions and your subconscious mind. And your subconscious is the part of your mind that will manifest more of what you want. Right? For those who have not seen me before, I'm Craig, I'm 56, I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I've been into metaphysics and creating your own reality for most of my adult life through many techniques, through many mentors. I'm sharing the knowledge because I believe it's important that people get different ideas and different things they can look at in life. Life is not lineal. It is much broader and bigger, right? So, mate, if you want to ask me a serious question, underdog, you go for it, mate. We'll see how I respond, right? But I'm down the line, so I'm just speaking my truth here, mate, all right? You go for it. You ask my opinion. I'll keep on talking, but I'll get to your question when it comes up. So the actions, guys, that's the third step. So when you are doing something, let's say you want to start creating something in a different field of work, but you don't know how to make that happen. You need to start some actions that are going towards what it is that you'd rather be doing. You need to be seeing the message that to the subconscious that, hey, I'm doing this hobby now. I really love this. I'd like more of this. And then your subconscious will say, oh, Craig wants more of that. He's doing that once a week. Oh, well, let's give him another opportunity. See how much he really wants it, right? I always say to everyone, and Michael, no worries, appreciate you, mate. I always say to everyone, listen to your heart. Do the things as much as you can in your life that you enjoy the most, that make you the happiest. If you're doing the things that make you the happiest, then you give yourself the best chance for your subconscious to create more of those situations, and things like doing a job that you just enjoy, that you're joyful doing. Then you never work a day in your life, do you? When you're doing what you love. If you're not doing what you love most of the time, then I suggest you start doing more of the things that you really do love, that you're into, because this will allow your subconscious to recreate more opportunities in that area, right? Alex, thank you, sir. Drugs and alcohol, keep it there just for a moment. One second, everyone, I'm just reading Underdog's question. First, I'll read it out loud. If a person wants to leave some kind of addiction, which is the daily source of his dopamine and no became the part of daily life, how can one do that? How can one get ready his mind to leave the addiction? Excellent question, Underdog. It was a serious one. I appreciate your question. Addiction comes from, I believe, it is disconnection. When a person's feeling empty, right, they try and fill that emptiness, or as I like to say, disconnected with life, they try and fill it with drugs and alcohol. And unfortunately, a lot of those drugs that they become aware of and they try make them feel euphoric to a level that becomes the only thing that they chase. Stevie, how you going? I do remember you, yes. But the addiction that the feeling that you've chased, that you've connected with, is a feeling that actually can be achieved without drugs. All right. So drugs give you a high for a short period of time and then you come down. That is all vibration, my friend. So I talk about vibration all the time. We are made up of, thank you, Stevie. Right. I'm just answering, well, I'm answering his question again. I'm answering Underdog's question again. It's a unnatural high. So it's opening you up to lifting that vibration and feeling euphoric for a period of time. But it's a drug-induced one. So it's got a time frame on it, right? So then you come crashing down. So you experience this high, but then you experience a real bad low because there are side effects to these man-made drugs. When you would have, without meeting the right people, then you didn't understand, hey, Owen, how you going? You didn't understand that connection within yourself, that lack of connection, is where the place was to be looking without drugs, to find a better connection with yourself, to connect with yourself at a higher vibration. Spiritual people that meditate, thank you, Owen. If you are going to sub, I appreciate you. I appreciate you if you don't, but I appreciate you do. I'm very happy to have you in the family, mate. So there's a lot of people jumping in for you, Underdog. I'll keep talking. You can read those things if you go. But when you meditate and you start to open yourself up to who you are, you give yourself the opportunity to connect and lift your vibration without drugs. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy to remove someone or to get off a drug habit, right? There are a lot of groups that I suppose can give you assistance, but I would be looking to find a group where you can learn how to meditate. I would be trying to quieten the mind down, and meditation will do that, okay? Look, it's not going to be an easy journey for anyone, but the drug side of things is a short-term high. And if you want the long-term high, if you want that high to be in your life all the time, and I feel that myself all the time, it's finding that truth about life. It's finding that life can be whatever you want it to be, right? That you can lift your vibration by doing things that you love to do. I mean, maybe something that can help you find a bit more of an up for yourself without drugs is trying to get into things that you just enjoy, you know, whether that's getting out to nature and going for a good bushwalk or, you know, whatever it might be, mate. But there's probably some things in your life that before the drugs that made you feel alive, that brought you great joy, that were great passions in your life. They're the things that you want to reconnect with to fill the void, to fill the missing piece, right? I believe that everyone needs to be doing the things that they love in life. And I do, Stevie, from Thursday, yes. So look, Underdog, I hope that that's helped a bit. Try and remember, or whoever, should I say, is going through the drug addiction. Thanks, Underdog. Appreciate it, mate. And look, I'm building my own family here, I think. I just want you guys to find a place that, look, every Sunday night, I'm going to be on here live. Feel free to jump on. Because I've got my own family and work and all the other things I do, you know, I'll jump on randomly during the week, a couple of different times, but I've made Sunday night the permanent time slot. So if you need to jump on and ask a question, by all means, mate. Everyone here on my page that I hope that's subscribed is wanting to grow and connect with the reality of life. Basically, just understand life from its true perspective, right? So you're always welcome here, mate. Always welcome. Anytime you ask questions. Yeah, I keep that one to myself, Alex. I've done lots of things over my journey, but certain things you have a bit of anonymity to it. But you know, I've done trade jobs, I've done sales jobs, I've done all types of things. So, but this is something that I'm doing now, where it's just a real passion. Public speaking is something that I love to do, and you know, for me, it's a good way for me to be my authentic self. I appreciate you, Alex. Appreciate you, mate. You know, you keep certain anonymity when you're on these things, so I'm just sticking to that. It's not a big deal, though. It's really not a big deal. Yes, Stevie, I do remember you, my friend. Shelley Harper, that's right, mate. The words are very true. Shelley, I just speak my own truth. You know, and at the end of the day, please always, everyone, take the things you like, throw away what you don't like. I'm not here to be the bloody answer for everything in your life, but hopefully there's a couple of cherries that you can pluck and you know, put on top of your own pies. How's that for an analogy? Look, the life is what you make it, everyone. Make it good for yourself, right? It starts with how you think. If you're thinking negative, that's what you're creating. So try and take control of what you're thinking. And if there are beliefs that come up, if there are memories of people that believed what a thought is that you keep saying and someone else put that in you, you can choose to change that. Start with how you think. Your thoughts are programmed by lots of things in life, even TV and, you know, people that you're around all the time. Their thoughts often get taken on by us because they're friends or they're not with really any thinking about consciously, right? You have to be very aware of what you believe. And you have to be very aware of what you're thinking inside your mind. Because your subconscious hears your thoughts and it creates from that. It's really a very... I'm spitting the wisdom as much as I possibly can, Alex. It's very, very important to take control of you. In life, none of us have the right to control another, you know, and unfortunately, again, we see the wars going around the world, and they're not they're on the world stage. It's not a positive thing at all, but that's people trying to control other people. And I just implore each of you individually to understand fully that the one person in life that you have every right to do what you want, control yourself, take control of how you act. You be the best version of yourself you can be. That's all you can do. Live from your heart, be true to yourself, be true to the people that you care about. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Life will start to transform, and it will transform quickly, because it's amazing the power that each of us has. And if we want the collective, if we want this world to be better, if we want this world to change, it starts with individuals. It starts with individuals that actually want to change themselves. They want their lives to be better. So if we start with ourselves, that's the best place to start. And, you know, I think we'll all be able to, you know, look back in 12 months' time and say, hey, you know, a lot of things have transformed for me in a positive way. And I'm hoping that you all can. It is easier said than done. Your reaction comes from iHubi. How you going, mate? Thank you for subscribing. It just popped up on my screen. Yeah, you know, the way you react usually comes from a belief. See, if you, like, as an example, Alex, right, if you had I'll just say this, okay, if you had a racist auntie that was, you know, an auntie when you were a little kid, and she used to carry on at different races out of her car and aggression and that back in the 70s or whatever, and then as a baby you absorbed that attitude or that action, you saw that and thought that was normal, and then as you grew into an adult you regurgitated that, but you realized, hey, that's not who I am, that's not who I want to be. It's that realizing that there's a belief being programmed into you that isn't yours. Change it. Move it on. Accept that it's been put there, but then let it go and replace it with something more positive, more loving, right? But you have to be able to analyze yourself. Now, it's very hard from this point in time to say, go back over all of your years and look at every aspect of your life. It's not going to happen. So in the now, what you need to do is just look in that mirror and say, I accept myself for who I am, warts and all. You know, if there's anything there that is negative, you know, I want it to come up so I can change it. You know, ask yourself direct questions. Be positive. Ask yourself, you know, who am I? Who do I want to be? What do I want to create? And when you go after things that are more positive, when you start to do things that are much more joyful, right? Because you start to add things in your life that you think, oh, I really enjoy doing this. I'm going to make that. I'm going to do this now. It often, because that's a high vibration, it'll lift the crap that's in you. It'll lift any negative beliefs that are in you back to the conscious mind. And when a negative belief surfaces back into your life, you've got a choice to actually move it on, because you choose what you believe. Yeah, absolutely, Shelley. You can't go wrong, right? If there's no perfect answer for any of this. This is why this area of discussion, for me, it's always exciting. It's discussing life. It's discussing what can we do to improve things for ourselves, right? It's the best topic you can possibly have. It's the most open, honest topic, and it's something that I've always been really interested in and excited to talk to people about that want to talk about it, right? That you can transform anything in your life that you want to. And if you're not sure how to, we can talk it through. We can work out techniques to actually start to do it. I'm not about airy-fairy, this might be great, or this is a great idea. If someone says something's real, let's get our hands dirty. Let's find out whether it is or not, right? You can change yourself. This world is changeable, right? You owe me nothing, mate. You owe me nothing. You've done everything for me, Alex. Goes both ways, right? Interaction, you have to have other people to talk to. And yes, hopefully you've got some things that... I'm immortal, Mini Jim. No dramas here, right? I live forever. Obviously, I don't want a bomb dropped on me, but I'm not in the splash zone at the moment. Melbourne's a fair way out of the way, but you got to believe in yourself. This world is what you make it, right? At any point in time, no matter wherever you live, you can transform your world and your life into something miraculous, right? It's your beliefs that restrict you from doing it. Think about who you are. Think about what you believe inside yourself. What are the things that make you tick? Just saw the cat outside my peripheral vision there. What are those things? Because it's about analysing who you are to know what you need to change to allow more of the things that you want in your life in. Your beliefs limit what you create. You create your own reality. There are no limits to that concept. You are everything. You can bring anything in you want. This is a world of change. This is a world of manifestation. This is, we create what goes on in our lives. Take ownership of who you are. You're already creating. You do that automatically, but you want to create more automatic, more amazing stuff, more unlimited stuff, more miraculous stuff, right? Can we bring Diddy? Absolutely, mate. No worries. Bring him along. I'm not against anyone. Oh, no, I have to want a dog soon. No worries, Shelley. You take the dog for a walk because it needs it and it deserves it. And you deserve to get outside and smell that fresh air, right? I hope it's nice and sunny and it's an enjoyable walk for you. Believe in who you are. Know who you are. Believe in who you are, and then change what needs to be changed. Right? That's the beauty of life. The beauty of existence is that is possible. Right? But you as an individual has to believe that it's possible. Just because I believe it's possible, that works in my life, but it doesn't work in your lives, right? Your life transforms because you believe and you change your beliefs to allow more things to transform in your life, yeah? It's up to yourself. It's a beautiful thing to understand, that you don't have to wait for someone to save you. You can save yourself. You can transform your life. You could be flying around the world on your own private jet, you know, going wherever you want to go. What's stopping you? If you are what you are, so I should change for everyone else. No, you should change only for you. Only for you, Alex. It's what's in your heart, mate. What do you want? What Alex do you want to be? And who are you now? So think about like this, you know, when you have like, you know, in your phone, I'm sure it's the same around the world everywhere, but you have Google Maps, right, where it tells you where you are now, and then you put in an address of where you want to go, right? You need to know who you are or where you are now to actually move anywhere. If you don't know where you are now, if you don't know who you are now, how can you change to a new address or change into a new version of yourself? If you want to be like everyone else, then that's fine, Alex, but that's not living from your heart. That's living more from your ego head side. So if that's what you choose and that's what you want, then you will have that. No problem. I'm telling you that if you want to transform your life to a higher level of joy and passion and amazement, it's about going after the things that are within yourself, you know, the things that, yeah. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Dirty Motor Oil, for that statement. But you're perfect as you are, mate. And you're not a sinner, and you've already got the ticket to immortality. So from my perspective, you don't have to do nothing. You certainly don't have to go talk to your pastor. Your pastor will believe what they believe, but you've already got the golden ticket, mate. So well done. It's exciting. So You know, if you're saved, you're not gonna, don't need to be saved, mate. You're perfect. You go and enjoy your life. You go and do the things that you want to do, and you treat people the way you want to be treated, and you just be good to everyone, and life will turn around, mate. And it's got nothing to do with a religion or anything like that, But if you're comfortable in what you believe, then that is also okay. Look, everyone, I'm just going to say that we have had a fabulous chat today, and Craig is going to call it. But I hope that you all have an awesome week. I hope that you all have. Don't feel guilty, mate. I'm telling you, Dirty Motor, all that. Before I go, because I was going to sign off, but before I go, religion often suits people for a certain period of their life and their existence, right? Yeah. Thanks, M50. Cheers, mate. Religion suits people to a certain point, and it will take you to a certain point. But there are limitations upon religion, right? And basically, they ask you to give your power away to a higher being. My belief, my metaphysical thoughts to life are, you are the higher being. You are not lesser than. You are not a sinner. You are perfect as you are. You can transform your life if you choose to connect with yourself in those ways and understand that you have more power and more amazing abilities than you can ever fathom, right? The masters that walk these planets were individuals like you and me that connected with themselves at a very high level and started to do things that, are magical, all right? We are more than what we realize. I believe that. And I think we're heading in that path. I think we're heading down a direction where people are awakening to abilities that we never realized we had, right? That's, for me, that's that next phase. I think this phase is coming. I think there's going to be a lot of amazing awareness things that we come across, right? Stay positive, everyone. I want you all to have a great week. If you see me jump on a live during the week, by all means, jump on, say hi, have a listen. Always welcome. I appreciate everyone that joins Craigsworldrocks. It's about being true to yourself. If someone tries to make you believe what they want through fear, if you don't do this, bad things will happen. Red flag, piss that off. You are in charge of you. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. All right? We all need to be strong and true to ourselves and believe in who we are. Okay? Because you're all amazing. Don't forget that. All right? No one should take that away from you. All right. I appreciate all of you. If you've subscribed, great. You'll be able to see when I jump on live. Alex, other ideas will come up for you, my friend, and you will be able to manifest things in a positive way without going to jail. How about that? I want you all to turn into half glass full people, mate. Create your own reality. Think the most positive things. Put out what you want to have come back to yourself. Watch things change. All right? Watch things change. Start to prove this to yourselves. And I will catch you on the next live. If I don't see you during the week, I'll see you next Sunday because I'll be on at 7:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time doing my live again as I will every Sunday. All right? So I thank you all, everyone. Be good to yourselves and your friends and your family. Take care. Cheers.